Today on 2.5 Chicks, we embark on a heartfelt and humorous journey with our guest Jess. She's a 42-year-old divorced single mother, and she's navigating life in Reno, Nevada. We go on a wild ride through the labyrinth of online dating post-divorce with Jess's dating app disasters and unexpected connections. Tune in for a blend of laughter, honesty, and valuable insights into dating in the modern age. Welcome back to 2.5 Chicks. It's me, Tess, and Monica, and Brian.
Hi.
Hello.
We have with us a guest. We're going to introduce Jess, who's coming on to talk to us tonight.
Hi, Jess.
Hello.
Hello.
Jess is a friend of mine. I think we can call each other friends at this point.
For sure.
She says reluctantly. Well, Jess, why don't you just tell us a little about yourself?
Sure. Okay. I am 42, divorced, single mother, raising a teenager who just recently went to high school, dating in Reno, Nevada, and living all life goals.
That sums it up, folks.
Yeah, right.
And that's it for our show tonight, people. Everybody. If you know anything about Reno, Nevada, you know there's nothing left to talk about.
It is a cesspool. It's a cesspool. It's bad.
And a child that just entered high school, too, is going to be all kinds of fun.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Everything changed so quickly.
Boy or girl?
Boy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, bad news. Bad news. Great kid.
Why is it bad news?
Hormones.
Oh, yeah.
It's bad news for the girls out there, not for him.
And the mom.
He's so driven. He's in honors. He's getting straight A's. All he wants to talk about is girls. It's like, what are we doing here?
This is normal. Well, this is strange because when I'm talking to Jess, all she wants to talk about is boys. So what's the difference?
Hey, I'm old. I'm allowed.
He's supposed to. This is what his job is at this point.
Well, I don't know about that. His job is to get good grades. I say high school is nothing. If you don't get past high school, you're a loser.
Well,
I mean, like if you don't move on, you know what I mean? Like high school is not the end of your life, where it's a lot of, it's the end of a lot of people's life. They peak in high school.
I get that. But just know he's going to Reno public high school, so his life's pretty much over already. So.
Oh, right. I definitely think, obviously if he just started high school, he's like 14 going on 15.
Yep.
And I find that age is like the trickiest age for a lot of teenagers, because that's like when their hormones completely just overwhelm them. And they're more emotional, they're more angry, they start, doubting what you say. That's when that process starts. So 14, 15 is a very difficult age.
For boys and girls, correct?
Both of them.
Okay.
But if your son lets you talk to him at all, because I remember the grump that my son went through. Oh, anytime I opened my mouth, it annoyed him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we were super close because, I'd been through the divorce and it's just been me and him. And he still talks to me. He tells me like crazy stuff that I don't want to hear. Like stuff I would never tell my parents. Like when I was his age, my parents were like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Nowhere." "Who are you with?" "No one." I'm like chilling by myself.
Did your parents trust you?
No, not at all. No.
Exactly. But you trust your kid now.
That's a good sign.
Yep.
Yeah.
That means he trusts you and he respects you.
He sounds like the kind of kid that's cleaning up after himself and flushing the tissues on his own.
Oh, he takes a shower every night. Okay.
A long one, right?
Really long. Yeah.
And I had 2 boys, so.
Monica had boys. I had a boy. Brian is a boy. So we all know.
We know the hour-long showers.
Yeah, with the music too. Blasting. And if he doesn't have the music, we have these speakers, like the wireless speakers. He could play his Spotify on there. If he doesn't have it, he's like searching for the, power cord.
Oh, I thought you were saying he's searching for mood music.
No, music to mask any sound at all?
Any sound at all. Yeah. At 6:30, it was like, I'm going to take a shower. I was like, you better be out in 15 minutes.
At that age, you could knock about 3 of them out in 15 minutes.
I don't know, man. If he's in there forever, like, what are you doing for an hour then?
My son had that where like he would be in there an hour and then all of a sudden the water was just running. And then it would turn off and he'd be right out all fully dressed. I'm like, what the heck? What was he doing?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, let's talk about his crazy mom now.
Okay.
All right. So it's fair to say that he's in high school now. He's going to reach his sexual peak soon and he's going to be doing his thing. But what are you doing now? Where do you feel you're at? Where's your sexual peak?
Sexual peak.
I don't know. You're single now. You're 42. You're single. What are you doing? How are you going about it? You're looking for booty calls. You're looking for life partner. Because you had mentioned to me
I need a drink for
that
this.
you don't want to stay in Reno.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to stay in Reno. Reno's horrible.
Are you from Reno?
I was born in Sacramento, but moved here when I was very young, like first grade.
Okay.
So I've lived like my whole life here. And back in the day, it didn't used to be this bad, but now we have this influx of Californian people because it's too expensive there. And it's trash. Like, so I got divorced about, I would say 4 years ago.
Why?
He cheated on me. And guess what? I paid him for it too. I paid him because that's the beauty of living in Reno. It's a no-fault state.
That's right. Well, so is New Jersey.
So is California.
Oh,
But anyway, what they say is the reason that divorce is so expensive is because it's so worth it.
it is worth it.
It cost me a house.
Well, I got the house and he had to leave, but that is what it is. So I would say about 6 months it took me just to like feel normal. Like my friends are like, you need to like go out, do stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get on the dating apps and it's been just a mess ever since.
How long have you been in the dating apps?
So 3.5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal out there. Because I see the guys that are available in Reno and I feel bad for her. And I tell her all the time, your only hope is to either leave or pray for more. Because Reno, the one thing I will say, it grows exponentially every year, right? It almost quarters in size, doubles in size every single year. They're just expanding and building out and all this stuff. So her only hope is that a guy from Jersey comes out and hooks up with her.
Brian thinks I'm mean.
Oh, she's mean. She's got an East Coast personality. She would fit in
She'll
on the
make you
East
feel
Coast.
like home.
Oh my God, she totally does. This is part of the reason I think she's single though, you know?
Because the people in Reno can't handle it? Is that what you're saying?
No,
but to be honest with you, not a lot of guys out there like to hear, bro, serious?
I'm not, in all fairness, I'm not like that generally with people, you know, like I'm a business professional. Okay.
So you get a
Brian?
couple cocktails in you. Remember, you said it. I'm a good time, right? I could
Probably
just see
more business than professional,
But what are you saying? If she's feisty, men won't want her?
Yeah, sometimes
No,
I want a little bit of softness.
Some men love that.
That's not. No, that's
Brian
not.
thinks I need to bow down. I literally the other day was like Shark Week. I was like, I'm so emotional right now. This is not my thing.
She was.
And he was like, I was like, I don't know how to handle it. And he literally laid into me.
I did.
Like,
No, not physically, folks. Not physically.
no, like, yeah. What did you say?
I told her you're a little rough around the edges. You need to cool your jets. Not all these guys want a girl. It's gonna be like, yo, bro. Oh, dude, this is it. You know, you got to start soft and then maybe joking later on you can dude and bro.
I think it depends on the guy.
She has to be herself,
Yeah,
Brian,
she has
because
to be
who she is
herself.
by default will always come back. And what's the point of hiding who she is if she's going to meet somebody and then when they see the real her, they're going to be like, what is this?
But after they meet her, they'll love the real her. That's fine. But I'm saying anybody, it's like you go out, you want to meet her, you put your makeup on, right? There's all these different things. Not a lot of people are going out without makeup. So they're going to see you without the makeup on. Why don't you just put a little bit of just softness into the air, and be a little, less rough around the edges?
I don't know. I think there's guys out there that dig it.
This is
I
Reno.
really do.
I think Tess and I are going to disagree with
Thank
you,
you.
Brian. I really do think you just haven't met the person that just gets you right off the bat, who you can be yourself.
I'm the guy
with.
here. I know what we like.
You are. That's true.
Okay.
But Brian, you know what you like.
I know what all the guys around me say they like. Okay, all the guys around me, they all live here and they all say the same thing. I don't want no
So you
chick
need a
that's going to be
transplant,
all.
Jess. You need a transplant.
Exactly.
That's why I need to go. I need to go, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe the guys in Reno are not for you.
Exactly.
They're not for me.
I think you would do really well in like the Bronx or like Queens or like Brooklyn or Manhattan. They would love you.
Agreed. 100%.
They would be like, oh my God, she's tough.
Or New Jersey. Brian says I need to go to New Jersey.
She'd blend right in.
Yeah, like Manville.
Not Manville. No. She'd be more of a Bridgewater type, where they got their Somerville, where they got the new wine bars and stuff.
You could even go to like the northeast of New Jersey, where like that's the tough people.
I got a quick question before I forget, because this reminded me. I met somebody from Jersey the other day. She said that people in North Jersey like to pretend that Central Jersey doesn't exist. Is that true?
Yeah. Because you know why?
That's true.
Because people from North Jersey actually believe in their heads they live in New York.
Oh.
They're stupid. That's why.
Okay,
They're stupid.
Right. Okay. Just wondered why that was the case.
Yeah, they like to think that there's only a North Jersey and a South Jersey.
Yeah.
The governor actually decreed that there is a Central Jersey.
All right. Awesome. Okay. So I don't mean to pull us from our topic. Back to the men in Reno.
Or lack thereof. So here's the other problem for Jess. Okay. When I moved here, and I'm sure the ratio got worse, it was 7 women to every 1 male. And the
How
average,
do you know that?
because I looked up all this stuff because I had to move here.
He hated it here. Every day he was like, I hate this place. This place is horrible. Everybody sucks. Everything sucks. I just want to go home. I just want to go. It was every day. I was like, I'm tired of talking to this guy. Like, I live here.
She's like, I live here and I want to leave.
Like, I agree, but he would not stop for like 1.5 years. I was like, holy shit, Brian, chill out, man.
I've actually heard it from other people who said the same thing.
I drove myself nuts, Jess. If it's any consolation, I hated myself for all of that.
In fact, recently he just said he started to embrace life in Reno, right, Brian? So it's taken this long.
Because he bought a new house. He lives down like 5 minutes from me now. Like,
yeah, we live really close to each other.
In like a good area.
So, Jess, do you have some stories from dating the last 3.5 years? Or like, what have you run into?
God.
What have you found?
Sure. I mean, I'll start at the beginning.
Come on. Start at the beginning.
Yeah, because it gets super sad. I'll start with the best. And then it just goes straight downhill.
Okay.
So I get on Tinder.
First, that's your first problem. Go ahead, next.
Now, were you looking to date or hook up, or what were you looking for?
Yeah, I didn't know. And I didn't really know the dating app scene because I had been married for so long.
How long?
15 years.
15 years. Wow. Wait, how old's your son?
15.
Wait, does the math add up here?
I got pregnant super quick. I don't know why we're talking about this right now.
You can ignore anything you want and not answer anything you want. So
thank you.
Your power to move things along any way you want.
Yeah, I just say things.
Okay, so just to clarify, I was married for 15 years, but we were together before that. About 6 months after I got divorced, like one of my very good friends was like, you're feeling better. You should get out there, do stuff, right? Because I was bored. I didn't know what to do. So I got on Tinder because I don't know dating apps, right? And that was like the most popular one. Let's say that was like 3.5 years ago. I met this like amazing person, like basically like brought me back to life.
Guy or a girl?
Guy.
Okay. I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there. You said person.
I don't know. When I like someone, it doesn't really mean that you're like super hot or you're super fit or, you know what I mean? For me, it's like a pheromone, like I get around you and
connection.
Yeah. I feel something,
Chemical. I love it. Keep going.
Yeah. So I met this guy. He was like 10 years older than me. And I was like super nervous because I'm tall. So I like someone who's like very tall, not, like 6'1", 6'3", I want a man, right?
Well, I'm not a man for the record for her.
Okay.
Throw it out
How
there.
tall are you?
5'8".
Okay. So, okay.
And she's what, 5'7"?
I probably weigh more than he does. Okay.
That's not hard.
It's not hard. Sorry. But she made it very clear to me one day, right? We were talking I was like, yeah, you like bigger guys. You want these? It's like, she's like, yes, like you're like too small.
Look, he's got a type too. We all got a type.
Exactly. So I want to feel like someone's like, like a man, you know what I mean? So I could tell in his profile, he was shorter And so I was like, how tall are you? He's like 5'7". I was like, oh no, he said 5'6". I was like, oh dang, like that's whatever. But we were like chatting back and forth. It takes a lot to meet someone on a dating app and have a connection with someone, like either they know how to talk or they don't. And I can quickly block someone, so.
Well, wait, not so quickly after the conversation we just had. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Wait, okay, let's not talk about that right now. I'm going to get there, okay?
Okay, we'll get there.
Okay. So I met him and it was like instant, like, you know what I mean?
And
but I waited.
Matter.
No, it didn't matter.
Okay,
and he was very good looking. He was Hispanic. I like a dark because I'm lightweight. So I like a darker person. But it was crazy. Like, I'll tell you, like the first time I was like, man, I could take him home. But I didn't. I was like, I'm going to be super respectful of myself and I'm going to let him like chase this a little bit. Second time, didn't go down. Like shirts flying like crazy. It was insane. Like I had never had sex like that before in my life ever. Like I didn't even know it existed. Like it was on movies. Yeah. Like it was from the kitchen all the way to the bedroom. By the time I got to the bedroom, like our clothes were off. It was hours long. I'm sure he was on Viagra. No one cares. It was great.
Why are you sure he was on Viagra?
How much older was he than you?
He was 10 years older than me.
So he was 40, 50.
No, I'm in my 40. I'm 42. So he was like 50.
He's like 49 or 50. Trust, you don't need Viagra at 49 or 50. Trust me.
You don't go for hours though. Do you? Is that normal? Okay, never mind.
Anyway.
Anyways, who knows? I'm not judging. I'm like, take it if you need it.
She's
no
like,
one cares.
I had fun. I don't care how he did it, right?
Take it how you need it, she said.
I don't care. It's fine. So he worked like out of the country. So that went on for months. He ended up moving to South America and that ended.
Aww.
So
that sucked.
It did suck. So
wait, was he just a fun thing or were you in a relationship with him?
No, it's definitely not in a relationship with him.
So just fun. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Which is really what you need right after a divorce anyway, just some fun.
Yeah, it was nothing serious, but we saw each other all the time. But he was out of the country all the time.
Got it.
So it wasn't serious, which is fine by me because I was not in the mood for any of that. Then it's just a sequence of like horrible people. Like I get on these apps and I am depressed.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you because it is depressing.
Like I go on dates and they look normal, they sound normal, and then you go meet them and they're weird AF. It's like, where do you meet these people? You know what? Like I met a Nazi.
You met a Nazi?
Yes.
Oh. What?
And I think that oh my God, it was so crazy. I never told you about this, Brian. So I think he liked me because I'm blonde, I have green eyes.
Yeah, you look like the Aryan race dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were chatting, seemed fine. Like,
did he come out and say, I'm a Nazi?
He basically said some Aryan stuff to me. So
okay.
Well, what did he say? Like
he sent me a picture of him. So I don't know if you guys know this too. Like guys just are sending dick pics. Like it's all good.
We talked about
that. It's all good. It's crazy. And then they expect me to send a picture back.
Right. That's what I said. That's what I was afraid of with the dick pic. We've talked about that.
It's crazy. It's like they sent one and now we're going to send a picture of our vagina back. Like you're high.
I don't want to see that picture.
Thank you. I don't want to see, like, I might like want to see like what I'm working with if I liked you. Okay. But not random.
When a guy sends a dick pic, did they put a ruler next to it?
No, but you could tell because of their hand. You know what I mean?
Is it blocking the dick pic?
No, but they're probably holding it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. But anybody can make it look big if you hold low enough and squeeze hard.
I don't think it's all about like the size. I There was a guy that sent a dick pic and it looked like a goddamn arrow. Like it had like a point I was like, that doesn't even look like it would feel good. Like it was super skinny, but like super big head. I was like, block. It was so bad.
They sent you these pictures via the app or via your phone?
So I have a special app. It's not special, I guess. Probably a lot of people have it, but I have an app that doesn't, it's like you have to download the app and then you can contact me based on my username. So you can't see my phone number.
Is that Kick?
No, it's called, I'll tell you what it is. Telegram.
What's your username?
The green-eyed one.
So that way they don't have your phone number. That's
okay.
Good.
So it's a little, I think it's like Kick. Kick is like that too.
Because people can search you. And I live by myself and, I'm just, so there's that. So yeah, we would exchange the first like steps after like a dating app is like that. But yeah, so let me come back to the Aryan guy or the Nazi. Okay. So we were just chatting, whatever. He sends a dick pic. Like random. This is like the third day. Like we haven't even talked that much.
Did you meet this guy?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I wonder what he was hoping to accomplish. Like, did he say anything with it?
Just sent it. And then he was like, send me one. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm
I don't
good.
have a dick. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm good. And he was like, if I send you something, then I expect that in return.
We should have asked first, dude.
Wow.
Red flag.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, clearly you don't know me because I don't listen to authority.
No, she does not.
So then he says some crazy stuff about Jews or he was like, this isn't going to work. Like you saying to me you have a problem with authority is off the wall or something. And it sounds to me like some Jewish stuff and all this crazy. I was like, are you being serious? I'm going into my 9:00 a.m. morning meeting with my coworkers.
After just seeing a dick pic and getting yelled at by a Nazi.
Yeah.
You're like, this is my life. This is what it turned into.
I was like, are you serious right now? And he was like, absolutely serious. See you later. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't even know it was a thing in Reno.
I was also on the apps. And there was one guy I was texting with and I sent him a text, right? And then he sent me one back. I sent him one right away, but then he texted me back, but I had something to do. I had somewhere to go. So I didn't text him back. Like, I'm going to say like 7 hours later or maybe 8 hours later. And I'm responding back to his text and he writes back, 8 hours between texts is not going to work. Oh. Good luck on this site. I'm like, okay. Damn.
So you're going, get a life, man.
Right.
But I will tell you, it was a little nerve-wracking when you get into a little of a conversation and you ask a question, then there's no response for 8 hours. And I'm not saying you didn't have things to do and you have a life to live, but like I will say when I was on the app, it was a little discouraging. It's like, we just started talking and you disappear for 8 hours.
It's like people have stuff to do.
Yeah. Not when you're on the dating app. Your job on the dating app is to talk and have dates.
So what do you think they should do, Brian? Just say, I got to get to work. I'll talk to you later.
Yes. I want to continue this, but I have to go to work. I have things to do. Don't be specific or anything.
I've been on like Bumble. I've been on Match. But it's this.
It's the same people.
They're the same people.
They're all the same.
They're the same.
I've seen the same people on the different apps. Yeah.
Where do you live?
I live in New Jersey, in Northwest New Jersey, and the pickings were so slim. Now, if I went to New York City, it was good. It's like when I was in New York City, I got a lot of nice options, and some guys look pretty decent. I'm too far away from the city.
Monica lives in the mountains, in the Jersey Hills.
Yeah, in the Jersey Hills. So I'm off the apps. I'm not saying you should do that, but I'm off the apps completely.
No, I'm off the apps now. Because like, seriously, it's like just depressing. It's depressing.
So after the Nazi, did you get, what came next?
I feel like I had like quite a few, just like back to backs, but in between, now I'm going to go for the one we talked about.
Okay.
So like, long story short, there were people that would catfish me. Like,
I got catfish too.
They are putting filters on their face. I am meeting you in person.
Like to make them look like a different person or just to make them look better?
Like, softer, like chin, like not hanging, like younger, I would say. I went to a bar and I was like, hard no. Seriously.
That happened to me in my swinging days.
Like, this is crazy. Like, I walk in, I'm like, yeah, kind of looks like him. Like, girls can do that. I mean,
no, they shouldn't.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
I've heard men who are on the dating apps that women do that to them too.
It's crazy. So I've like literally had to spend an hour with this person and be like, hey, call my phone. Like, there's an emergency, because I'm not rude. Brian thinks I'm rude. I'm not rude. I'm very nice, actually.
She is nice. I'm teasing you.
When I first meet people.
When she first meets people, she's an ace hole.
Okay.
And I could feel that because people told me I do the same thing. Everybody tells me when you first meet someone, you have to come off with this Jersey bravado and, I'm not going to take your shit. But then after we get to know you, you're like, oh, you're not like that at all. But I think that you do it as a defense mechanism, like I do it. Like, I want to make sure everybody understands I'm not going to take your shit, but I will do anything for you once we become close.
Yeah, that's you, not me.
You're kind of like that.
Maybe with you, because you acted like that.
Okay. That's fair. I'll give you that.
So how are you when people first meet you?
I think I'm super professional. I'm very nice. I try and keep it super light because I'm a lot. I know I'm a lot.
She's a lot.
I'm loud.
What is your circle of friends like? What are your girlfriends like?
I mean, I like.
Are you like the hot one in the bunch?
No, I wouldn't say that. All my friends are hot. I don't hang out with ugly people.
Are you the duff?
The duff.
My friends are married too. You know what I mean? So.
That's okay.
That's difficult as well. Like, all my friends are married, but I have two very best friends that are blonde as well. And that we have known each other since high school. And it could go either way. Like, I have one that's like a Karen, and then I have one that's like way more gangster than I am.
Oh my.
I'm like the middle. I'm like the middle, and I could go either way depending on the situation. Like, I can get down, or I could be like, calm it down a little bit.
Wait, you grew up in Reno? Was it Reno you grew up in?
Listen to me.
Brian's told you.
So when you tell you're in the middle of a Karen and a gangster,
yeah,
I don't know what that is. What is that? What does that look like? Does that look like you? Because you're pretty gruff.
I think like I look different than I act. Like, if you saw me on the streets, would you think I was like mean?
You look like a Karen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All blonde hair, blue-eyed women look like Karens to me.
I've only heard Karen meaning of like pain in the ass person. What is a Karen?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what okay. Just making sure. Okay.
Yep.
100%. And she's going to call you out.
I mean, you definitely have like the way you don't seem like weak.
Like Brian says, I'm intimidating.
She is. She's intimidating.
But see, just looking at you, I don't think that. I don't think you look intimidating. In fact, it's like it's kind of like Nikki Glazer, right? She's got this really innocent looking face, but then when she starts talking, you're like, "Holy shit! I didn't expect that to come out of that face."
Yes, that's a great analogy, Tess.
But I'm smiling.
Jess, your smile is like when a snake smiles.
Okay, hold on. I just want to say, like, my harshness comes, like, I grew up in also a divorced home. And so my dad raised me, and I had an older brother. So it was just to us for a very long time. So I had to be raised like not as like a lady, I would say.
Feminine, not as feminine.
Correct.
I get that.
I don't think it's horrible.
It's not horrible. It's not horrible. You just got to soften up a little bit. But anyway.
So I would say, I don't know, it was probably January. Like, I'm off. So I'm still on Tinder, but I'm not active, which I thought like I took myself off, right? But whatever, I'm not active on it. So I get this message on my Facebook, and I'm at my parents' house eating dinner, and it's like, hey, how have you been? It's only been 20 years. Ha ha. I'm like, who even is this? He sent the message. A couple hours went by. Because I was like trying to click on the profile, but there was no profile. So I was like, that's weird. And then he was like, do you know who this is? And I was like, no, because you don't have a profile. You just have a messenger, which is weird. So he tells me who it is. I'm not going to say his name. And I was like, oh, hey, I went to high school with him. okay, so when I was in high school, I'm a guy's girl, girl's guy, whatever. I had a whole bunch of guy friends. I only had one girlfriend. So I hung out with a whole bunch of guys. My best friend was a guy who I still am friends with. And we had a big group, but I never specifically spoke to this person. We'll call him Gru because that's easier for me. So we start talking, great personality, right? So that's the thing that I look for the most is like, can you chat? Can you talk to me on message or whatever? Can we connect? Because I think it takes someone special to do that, right? And I can do that because I'm on email all day, but you can hear their personality through the messaging. So he's like, we should catch up. We should meet up. Sure. Not a great looking guy, but I'm like, sure. And again, it's not really about what you look like for me. It's about like how we connect. So I meet up with him for drinks. He drank too much and he was super nervous. I could tell.
But he was probably, for the record, he probably drank too much because like he said, A, he's nervous and B, felt comfortable because he did know you from back in the day.
That's what he said.
Okay, that's fair.
But he didn't know me. Okay, let's just be clear.
Okay.
He didn't know me.
Intimately.
Yeah.
Okay.
He knew who I was. So we have drinks, whatever. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this, right? So kind of weird, but we keep chatting and we go on multiple more dates where he's throwing like hundreds of dollars down on dinner. Okay. So he ended up being like a professional. I'll say that. A professional person interning. So it ended up just being, I would say, sex for him. I didn't feel good about that, which I said to him and I ended it because I need more I just need more. If like we're going to have sex and it's just sex, it needs to be a 10.
It needs to be that Latino guy back, right?
Yeah. It needs to be a 10. It was like a 3.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
And I'm not lying.
Yeah, but why would you want a relationship with you wouldn't want a relationship with a 3?
No, I feel like because I feel like he never got over like just being normal with me. Like he was always tense with me. Like
nervous?
He wasn't very good looking. Yeah. Nervous. Like
Jess was his eye candy.
Yeah. Super insecure. Like he would say things to me all the time. Like, I bet when you go out, like 1 million people hit on you. Or like I would leave and he would be like, don't talk to strangers. Did you hear me? Like that. That's not something I can do.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. But red is my favorite color. So I was here for it.
He's like, I'm going to embrace the red flag. Talk about the existential kink, right?
Well, that's so true, right? Red flags are actually really usually, well, I guess this guy proved it wrong, but a red flag person usually means great sex.
Yeah,
I think so because there's so much turmoil in the relationship. You get your highs and your lows and your ups and your downs. And
that doesn't always equal great sex.
Yeah, I think sometimes if you're desperate enough to be in a loving relationship or to have like some kind of relationship, it's not about the sex. It's about just being in that relationship. And you have the red flags and you're just stay there because you don't want to be alone.
I think some of that.
I say it all the time. Like I'm not having 10 sex, but I have an amazing 10 plus personality woman. The trade-off for me is amazing. Like I love it. Like I wouldn't trade this for the world. You know what I mean? Like this personality and the stuff that I wouldn't trade great sex for this. I'm sorry. Sex is sex. It's it's nice. But you know what? 20 minutes later, I'm watching TV again, so like sex is sex, but a good personality all the time is awesome.
Yeah. So I think for me with him, like he wasn't great looking. But he was super funny, super kind. Like we had a great time together and there was like that physical connection. You know what I mean? Like he made me feel a way. But then when we got into bed, I don't know if he was so, and I don't like saying this, right? But he was so overwhelmed because he was so insecure that it wasn't great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was always like 3 minutes. Like, how does that happen? How does that? It took me longer to take off my fucking clothes. You know what I mean?
And he was your age?
Yeah, he's a year older than I am.
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of women think that's a compliment.
I don't think it's a compliment. Like, look, I want to have a good time. You know what I mean? I'm a sexual person. I'm in my 40s. They say this is my prime. I can feel it. Okay. And then if you want to treat me just like sex, then a 3 is not going to work. Okay. It's just not going to work. I end it, and I was super respectful because he knows a lot of people that I know. Okay.
She was super respectful, but said to me, I wanted to lay into this guy so bad, but because we're in the same circle, I didn't want it to come back to me being like a bitch and everything. I was like,
so normally I would do that. I'd be like, fuck you. You're not worth my time. You were a 3, blah, blah, blah. I would say it.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say it.
I had to talk off the
I'm here for it.
I had to talk
I would make you feel like trash. Okay.
Oh my God. That's
But
great.
wait a minute. Did he do something to deserve that, or is he just not compatible with you?
So I think it was always like, can you come here? Like he never came to my house. Like, can you come here? Let's go to dinner. Yeah, you're dropping $200 for dinner. Sure, that's fine. But then I'm going to come to your house. Then we're going to have sex. And then you're going to go home. Like I never spent the night because I had a puppy. You know what I mean? He never made an effort to do anything out of his way. And he acted like I lived like a million miles away. Like I lived 20 minutes from him. And he was like, it's so far. It's so far.
But for the record, okay, he was living out of a hotel.
He was.
Okay, so your place was probably cozy. Because I remember when I was with one of the girls here before and I would always go to her place because it was cozier. I lived in the apartment that was very cold and, it was all new stuff and just cold. But her place was nicely set up. It was cozy. It was nice. I liked going there. It kind of felt cozy.
But he never even came. He never even made an effort to come. I asked him to come. I would make him dinner. Like you're literally living out of a hotel. I'm a good cook. Come over. I will make you dinner. Let's lay down, watch a movie. Like he never came. And like, it could have been one of two things. Like, I just don't know if I'm going to move here and I don't want to like build a connection with you and leave.
But yeah, he can have sex all the time. I see what you mean.
Yeah, I'm over it. Like I'm too old for this. I need to move on. You're wasting my energy and irritating me and bad sex. We stopped talking in March before my birthday. Then last week, I get a message from him. So he got the job. He moved. So that was in August, early August.
Now, this is where I have the problem. Go ahead.
I'm not a bad person like Brian thinks I am. So I messaged him and I said, congratulations on getting the job. And he responded and said, thanks for reaching out. Thanks, Jess. Cool. That was early August.
So what I explained to her was you stopped talking. You made it very clear you did not want anything to do with this guy. Okay. He did not reach out to you and say, I got the job. You found out secondhand that he got the job and you reached out to him. So in a man's mind, you just opened the door again.
But that was how long ago?
It was over a month ago.
You had been broken up 5 months?
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like he came back with any expectations.
Yeah, no, he didn't. So last week.
Oh, okay. Our story's not done. All right.
I have my phone. Hold on. Last week, he messaged me, and I'll just read it to you. Scroll down here a little bit. So he says, hey, how have you been? And I had deleted him from my contacts and deleted everything because there was no point, right? I said, who is this? He said, ouch. Never mind. I said, LOL. Okay. And then he says, it's how are you? Has anything changed? I'm like, oh, hey, like, what's up? Like, I'm good, doing great. He said, what's new? I said, got a new puppy. I sent him a picture and he says, awesome. Maybe you can meet my dog. I'm like, oh, are you settled here? Did you find a good place to live? Yes. Come visit him and buy me steak. Ha ha ha. I said, oh, like a congratulations dinner tonight? ? Then I pause. Like, that was like super forward.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
This is where I have my problem.
That's when you came into my office and I was like, I'm so glad you're here. Sit down. Let's talk.
Wait, you said tonight? ?
No, he said tonight ? Question mark.
And she's like, yeah, well, tonight, he said, tonight for steak dinner. And like, she was just going along with it. And
yeah, I was just being nice.
But I have a big problem with being nice because guys don't understand, especially if you were a booty call.
I just hate that word, but okay.
Well, you were.
So then an hour goes by and he says, no, question mark. And then I wait a little bit. I'm like, rain checked. He's like, boo, you have plans? I'm like, no, I had a super long week. It was a Friday and I'm tired. Like, I don't know. Do you not understand that, Brian? Like, I'd rather be at home in my pajamas by myself watching TV than be with you.
100%. I completely agree with you, but I don't think you should even respond to any of it.
Had you any interest in having dinner with him?
Yeah, I think that maybe there was some interest in having dinner with him, but not that night because I really was tired.
I would have laid that shit out there and said, what does this mean? Because you said as a friend, question mark.
I did do that.
For the record, I did say to you,
you should see him face to face.
Tell him face to face. But like I said to her, you're a human being. I understand this. You need touch. You need physical contact. If this person's familiar to you and you want to, understand what this is going into it, you're an adult, do what you got to do and go home. But like, if you're sitting there getting angry about this guy, then it's not worth it.
Yeah, no, I was feeling the uck.
And you can't have the conversation with them and then just let it go either. Like me, I put that shit out there. Like if somebody starts feeling me out, I'm going to say, this is what it is for me or this is what it's not for me.
Right.
Like rather than leave him guessing what it is in case he has hope, So
I did eventually do that.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm like, yeah, no, I've had a super long week. I'm super tired. He said, same. We can go to the pool or the hot tub. I'm like, yeah, done.
Oh, we can just fuck.
I'm done.
That's basically what he was saying, Tess.
Yeah, we can just fuck. That's all. That's what he wants anyway. Forget the fucking steak.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So then I don't fucking respond at all. So then a couple hours go by. It's like 5:00. He's like, okay, another time. I still don't respond. And then he says like 20 minutes later, bummer. I'm like, I still don't respond. So then I don't know, a couple days goes by and I just said, clearly, Brian said block him, block him, block him, block him.
Yes, I did.
I didn't do that. I'm petty as fuck. So, and I want to say how I feel, right? So I'm like, clearly nothing has changed. Like, I wish you nothing but the best. He says, clearly nothing has changed with you either. I said, you're right. Like, I just laid it down. Your lack of caring. Every time that you asked me to do something, it was just about sex. I gave you more effort than you gave me. Like, we're done. We're done. And that was it. He hasn't messaged me since. So yeah, that's my love life.
But I told her, don't send that.
Why?
Because what's the point? It solved nothing because now you got it all out.
Better.
And when he doesn't respond back, he's like, look at this bitch said to me, blah, 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 blah. That was nothing like
Brian, I think you're missing the point, bro. This dude's going to see me and he's going to be like, damn, I fucked up.
I don't know.
Like, the dating pool.
I do know the dating pool.
Like, give me a break. This dude's got to level up here at some point. You know what I mean?
But is it even worth it to you if he was a 3 anyway? I mean, do you want him to level up?
So for me, like, I think the 3 was because he was super nervous.
Sometimes it's just compatibility too.
Yeah, because you had sex so infrequently.
Right. It wasn't natural.
It was, yeah. I was in those relationships too where like, it's so like, oh my God, I can't wait to see her. And then, done. I'm like,
yeah, get it together. Like, do something in the bathroom before you show up. Like, where are we at?
Sometimes that don't work.
There's also ways they can draw it out. Like, they can slow down. They can make it about you. Then they can speed up again. Then they can slow down and make it about you.
Yeah.
They don't have to pop off so quickly.
Yeah. I would think the last time I had sex with him, I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. And he was like, I was like, please don't. I think I was begging him not to do it. And he was like, fuck it. I was like, Jesus Christ.
But then the minute they do pop off, all their fucking interest goes out the door with that orgasm.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Agreed.
You might as well just be a fucking buddy at that point. There's no sexual anything.
No, it's horrible. Yeah, men need to get their shit together.
I'm going to agree with you. Men do need to get their shit together. The problem is out in Reno, there's not a lot of men.
No,
there's a lot of boys. There's not a lot of men.
Look, I feel like too, like, I'm like a professional person. I've been at my job for like 18 years. Like, I own my home. I'm well established. Like, I have no debt. Like, I'm a good person. Like, I'm not going to reduce myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
it's just unfortunate. And
so what's the glimmer of hope here? There's got to be
Someday she's moving.
Can't be all like bad news, right? There's got to be some hope for your future with partner
men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm off like the app.
I think that if you're off the apps and you take a break, I wouldn't say get off. I just say take a break from, take a 6-month hiatus. You know what I mean? Go out, enjoy your friends.
Then you can probably meet somebody when you least expect it, right?
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm hoping for. But if all else fails, like, I am moving. So, I mean, when Will goes away to college, like, I'm out.
Monica, you awake over there?
No, I'm awake. You guys, there were some people were saying so many things. I was like, I didn't want to interrupt.
I think Monica did the same thing though. Monica, right? You stopped going on the apps for a while, then you go back on and you know.
I'd go back on and then I'd get off and I'd go back on until, when I finally got completely off of the apps, it was a little bit like depressing. I was bummed because like, okay, I'm really not going to meet anybody now. I mean, I would, if I meet somebody like face to face or in a live situation, not via an app, that would be great, but I haven't. But I'm older than you, a lot older than you. So it could be that too. You're still young. You still have hope.
The only way to meet people, you have to get out there, and it's hard to do sometimes. Like when you got a kid and you're working full time, and it's hard to be out in the world where you could run into somebody or meet somebody.
And a lot of people, above a certain age, a lot of people are married and have families of their own.
Yeah.
And like, where do you go to meet these people? You're going to meet them at a bar or at a grocery store.
Or through friends.
You know what I mean?
Monica loves grocery stores.
Yeah. And a lot of times people like our age, they're because they've just been through a divorce, they're not really looking for anything serious. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they're still recovering.
I mean, I felt the same way. I was like, I'm not looking for nothing crazy. Like, I'm looking for a good time. I'm looking to feel better about myself. I was super selfish.
Well, no, that's not selfish. That's what you should be doing. You should feel good about it.
Even if you don't want to get married again or get committed again, there's still people out there that are looking to have company.
Yeah, but where do you meet these people? That's the question. Where do you meet these people?
If you have like hobbies or something, you could join like a group for that hobby or sport or something.
I think that maybe you know this, but like, I have no hobbies. My child takes up like most of my time.
Well, maybe through your child, do they play sports or anything like that? Like you could always meet
and I'm always like, and he's like super good at sports.
Are single dads out there? No single dads.
Oh, I'm always like a new season. Like I'm always like waiting for like the new season. I'm like, nope. Bummer.
Because you guys have heard me before. Like I refuse to believe there's no hope,
No, there's hope.
Yeah.
There's hope.
Yeah, I'm not like hopeless. I'm just like, let me take a beat.
Yeah.
I'm going to do me.
You're still very young.
Exactly.
And you're very attractive, I will say.
Thank you.
You just test his type. But we're going to go out.
She's female? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you just do type.
Maybe I should go to Reno if they're 7 to 1.
Come to Reno, Jess.
Oh, the people in Reno, they're freaky. I don't know. They're crazy.
Well, you don't know about Tess, though.
Have you listened to our
got
podcast?
whores on the street, man. We got whores in the club. You can go down the street and get sex for money. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm going to go out with her this week. I just want to see where she takes me, first of all. Because,
we're going to go to the country club.
What's the country club?
We're going to go to Pier Country.
Oh, we're going to go to the Cantina?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're going to go eat there? They got food?
No. We're going to go to the Mexican restaurant. You're going to buy me some margaritas. And then we're going to go to the Cantina. Don't you want to go?
Yeah, I want to go. Yes.
Okay. Deal. Fair.
All right.
I don't have my kid. Party all night. Let's go.
If there's somebody to meet there, he can get them talking. That's for sure.
That's right. We'll get her talking. We'll get him talking. We'll get her talking.
Maybe Brian will befriend somebody and have you meet, somebody that way.
We'll see. He claims he's the wingman. You know what I mean? I'm thinking he's like an Avenger. So let's go.
Okay, but there's got to be something there worth winging.
Yeah, 100%. That's true. I'm looking forward to it for sure.
We're going to take her to different places though, where there's a little more quality.
Brian, you're going to have to bring the results of that to what we're going to have to hear what happens. We're invested now.
Okay.
You better figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Well, Jess, I want to thank you for coming on. It's not easy to bare your soul and talk about your most private, intimate things. But, we truly appreciate you coming on. We love having you as a guest.
It was a lot of fun.
I can't wait for a follow-up.
Yeah,
perfect. Too. Thank you guys so much.
We're always here if you ever want to talk about anything. We love having guests.
Talk with you guys anytime.
Make sure you tell your girlfriends to listen, and they could come on the show if they want to. We could hear what they think of you.
For sure.
Well, Jess, you could jump on off now. We'll talk about you behind your back, and we just got... No, I'm teasing you. See you either tomorrow or the next day.
All right, sounds good. Bye, you guys.
Thanks,
have a good night.
Bye.
Later, Gator.